Today on the MrMaple Show podcast, Matt and Tim count down the top 50 reticulated Japanese maples. 25 through 1.
Konnichiwa, y'all. Welcome to the MrMaple Show here on our podcast. We talk about maples, and today we're talking about the top 25, our favorite reticulated Japanese maples. Now, Tim, what are reticulated Japanese maples?
Reticulated Japanese maples are when the veins of the leaf are prominently one color, and the rest of the leaf is another color. And this is prominent in early spring, was the most dynamic time frames, but it can continue on year-round with certain selections.
Absolutely love it. We got a few honorable mentions we're going to throw out here before we get into our top 25. Two Buckholz intros. We'll start out with Mini Lace.
And the reason these two are, in this honorable mention is these are newer introductions to us. So we haven't properly, thoroughly vetted these cultivars yet, but they're cool. And with Mini Lace, we've got one of the smallest of those reticulated styles. It's in a weeping lace leaf form, and it's extremely slow growing.
I could have saved some money if I waited until after we bought Buckholz Nursery to get this one. I bought over $100 at wholesale 1 gallon size. Now, it wasn't a nice container, but I bought this one wholesale just to get the cultivar. This one is very small, very compact, 3x3, even in 10 years. Chartreuse green foliage, heavily reticulated veining to it.
And its leaves aren't as intricate and ornate as something like filigree. They almost remind me of like a reticulated style, not quite, but almost like washi no-o.
I mean, some similarities there.
Some similarities on the elongated leaf, a little bit thinner sublobes, and it's just really cool. Y'all, coming up next for our honorable mention, we have Acer palmatum, Right Fred.
Now, this is another one by Talon Buckholz. Another one I don't think he ever intended to introduce till his friend named Fred kept saying, you got to get this one going. And it kind of caught his eye more. He kind of decided, this is a beautiful plant. Another one in that purple ghost kind of vein, like it has that purple ghost vein. It's got that veining and it's got that incredible light purple color.
Yeah, and those strong, deep purple veining to it is really nice as well. It appears to be one that's going to be in that mid-size range. Again, this is a newer tree to us, not properly vetted yet, but as we grow it more, it may fall high on this list.
Man, let's get into the top 25. Could be controversial here. Top 25 are all hitters, y'all. These are some crazy reticulated plants.
And we shot our top 50 to always to number 26. That was last week's podcast. If you haven't checked that out yet,
stop what you're doing and go listen to it right now.
Yeah, go listen to that one first. There's some really cool trees in there. You'd be surprised the number of trees that are in that top 50 list that didn't make it into the top 25.
All right, we're going to break some hearts. There's going to be some controversy. You can always let us know what you disagree with in the comment sections, guys. Coming here at number 25, we've got the OG First Ghost.
Now, First Ghost is the first Japanese maple that had that ghost name attached to it. It wasn't the first reticulated Japanese maple in the Ghost series. I mean, Purple Ghost was actually founded and predated it, but when Talon decided he was going to put Ghost on the name of trees rather than just have them on a code name, First Ghost was the first one that got named.
Now, this was in a garden. He said it was hovering over an Akashigatatsu saw with the sport that emerged out of it like a ghost. When he looked at it in the field, it looked like a ghost hovering above it. Now, by grafting that, it turned into First Ghost. Thick purple border on this one. Interesting plant. It's the symbol for Buckholz Nursery. So you had to like it pretty good for it to be the symbol for Buckholz Nursery. You get some crazy pinks in there. Typically a little bit more of a lavender border to it, and then green veining through a creamy center.
I like it because it's upright and semi-pendulous, so it makes a good-sized tree out there, but it's not a large tree. And it fits out there in the landscape, gives you some nice yellows and oranges, and sometimes even reds in the fall. It is a really strong reticulation, and you can keep that strong reticulation on First Ghost late into the season, so it's very impressive.
Coming here at number 24 at the Kobe spot, we got Mikazuki.
I always think 8 for the Kobe spot.
Oh, yeah, you take your pick, 8 or 24, I guess.
Yeah, but Mikazuki, that is one of the selections. after Talon Buchholz sort of first stopped putting Ghost on many of the selections that he was making, Mikazuki is one of the first ones after that time frame. And it has a very eerie look to the leaf. I mean, the leaf,
a thin leaf.
It's thin, elongated, but irregular on the margins. It's really unique in its style, and a nice pink color as well.
The name means crescent moon. It's a thinly dissected almost, so the leaves are a little bit more elongated. Absolutely love this one, though. Again, you can get some crazy shades on these. These can vary a good bit depending on how much sunlight you have on them. I remember seeing this one at NJ Acer's house, in 2009, and it just be in lavender because of all the sun it was given. Now, if you're giving it some late day shade, this one can often be a little bit more of a pink.
Yeah, that pink lavender is my favorite color time frame of it in the early spring. After that, it can go to almost like a lime green kind of color veining with creamy white after that. And then you get some really nice orange fall color with Mikazuki, which kind of makes me think of like a blood moon because its name's crescent moon. So, I mean, that's what I think about in that fall color is that crescent kind of shape to the leaf and then that blood moon kind of color.
All right, guys, coming here at number 23, we've got Acer Palmatum Pastel. And as the name implies, this one's a beautiful pastel color. This one is a seedling from Amber Ghost and shares a lot of great qualities with it. The structure is similar. It's an upright, it's fast growing. It does have some lighter shades than Amber Ghost. I think it deserves its own category because I absolutely love this one.
Yeah, I mean, I love its strong upright habit. I think it's a beautiful tree out in the landscape. And then you add the really nice large reticulated leaves as well. I mean, the leaves on this are a little bit larger than many of the other ghost-like trees. That pink to cream pastel colors that you get on pastel fits the name perfectly. I mean, just it's those pastel colors that are really soft, but very intricate with that strong reticulation.
Now, you don't want to put this one in heavy sun, but if you have it in a pot, give it some early morning sun, even heavy early morning sun right when it's leafing out. Get it in some shade from that hot afternoon protection. But if you do that, this one can almost get orange in the early spring. It's really shocked me on the color differences of this. In heavy shade, it's going to be pink and very much more of that pale pink color going on. Really unique tree. But push it into a little bit more sunlight than protecting it can give it even some weird orange shades.
I've seen some really bold reds in the fall as well with pastel, which is very not pastel of it. So, I mean, the fall colors are very dynamic. An awesome selection coming in number 23.
All right, guys, coming in here at number 22, we've got Olson's Frosted Strawberry.
Now, Olson's Frosted Strawberry is a selection by Harry Olson. He was Dell Lauch's cousin. And so they introduced a lot of trees together, and Dell may have actually been the first person who actually got to introduce Olson's Frosted Strawberry as it was a seedling in his evaluations, and then Dell was later able to introduce it with that Olson's Frosted Strawberry name.
Yeah, a lot of Olson's collection is there at the Rhododendron Species Garden near Weyerhaeuser, right next to the Pacific Rim Bonsai Collection. We have a walk through that garden as well. Beautiful, beautiful selection. We actually have a lot of his original photographs, too. We're going to be getting some of those into digital form. He had donated them to a friend of ours, and we're hoping to actually get some of those so people can share Olson slideshows and kind of see some of those photos. So might be bringing those into the modern era with a little bit of technology. Beautiful plant, though. Strawberry really describes this one. You get some great pinks on it. Another one that tends to be shorter and more multi-stemmed. So this one's typically around 5 to 6 foot tall in 10 years. And it tends to be more multi-stemmed and spreading than a lot of the other upright forms.
Yeah, and this one can give you some pink purples on it that are really nice with green, strong reticulated variegation that sort of gives it that frosted appearance. That wider, shorter habit is very unique as well. It is definitely one of the wider and shorter growing in this reticulated, on this reticulated podcast of any of them that we're talking about. This is one everybody always wants because those colors are so nice. We grew one of these in full sun in our field for a while, and it shocked me because this is one that I would normally think needs morning sun with protection from the hot afternoon sun. But we had a specimen with probably a 2-3 inch caliper growing in full sun for probably 12, 14 years here in Western North Carolina.
All right, guys, coming in here at number 21, we've got Reticulatum Como. Now, we haven't offered this one in a while. I've got to get it back into production, especially when people see it on this podcast. They're going to freak out. I love the shades on this one. It's pink. It's got a yellowish eye to it, a lot of green going on. Just really next level variegation. Typically around 6 to 8 foot in 10 years. and an interesting one from Europe that just kind of brings it for funky colors.
I mean, it's kind of in that Reticulatum series. You know, a lot of trees got that Latin name to it, like Reticulatum and different things, you know, years ago. And we had Reticulatum purple in the last podcast, and Shigatsu Sawa, also known as Reticulatum itself, in the last podcast as well. And this is the other one. This is the other one that's really cool. It's got those interesting pinks Matt was talking about with that sort of yellow eye to it. It's one that I've never really seen offered too frequently, but I don't know why. I think they just don't have it.
Reminds me a little bit of the original Peaches and Cream, but it's more like pink than that. I absolutely love it. Super next level.
All right, guys, coming to number 20, we've got one of Talon's newer introductions that I fell in love with quite a bit. This is Fred's Wild Dream. This thing's got a good, strong, upright habit. It's got some nice pink, elongated, more deeply divided leaves. And I hit it some colors in the fall with some outrageous fall colors this past year at Buckholz. I mean, you got some really nice shades of just orangey red with strong reticulation. I mean, it is outrageous in that.
Yeah, typically 8 to 10 foot in 10 years. Another one for zones 5 through 9. I mentioned the last podcast, but any of these are going to be zones 5 through 9 plants. That really gives them a cold rating. You want to give most of these protection from the high afternoon sun. Now, this one really gets some interesting shades of pink going on in that creaminess. Really sets it off. It can almost be like highlighter pink. You can get a really unique flaking effect to this one as well.
Guys, coming to number 19, we got that Batman BS tree. We've got number 19, Acer Palmatum Dark Knight.
That's what Talon said. He said he never would have named it Dark Knight if it knew it had anything to do with that Batman BS. And Tim and I were so excited because we're geeks and we love Batman and we love all things comic book, Superman and Batman growing up. So we're like, finally a Batman tree. This is so awesome. And Talon was like, no, I would have never known that had anything to do with that Batman BS.
Y'all, this is a really nice, extremely prominent reticulated purple upright Japanese maple. I mean, that's why I love it. You get this lavender colored leaf with dark purple reticulation. It's very prominent, very showy. And for a reticulated style, to me, this is one of my favorite purple upright reticulateds.
Yeah, a lot of good structure to this one. Really fills out nice. The shape of the tree is a lot like Amber Ghost, which has one of the better structures to it. Absolutely love it. Around 8 to 10 foot in 10 years. Great red fall color as well, and tends to be one of the more heat tolerant of that darker selection as well.
Coming to number 18, we've got another reticulated lace leaf. That's right, we're talking about Sweet Lorraine.
Yeah, this one's funky. I mean, it's got a heavily divided leaf, giving it that lace leaf quality to it. A really subtle variegation, but really heavily reticulated. You get some pinks in there. You get a whole lot of colors. It's another one that kind of blushes. I described this when I talked about Felis, but it kind of blushes a secondary color and gives it this kind of translucent look to it.
Now, in one of Talon's blogs, he said that Amber Ghost was actually one of the parent trees to Sweet Lorraine. He was digging around in one of the original Sweet Lorraine's pots and looked down there and found a tag that said seedling from Amber Ghost. I think it's interesting that Amber Ghost could possibly throw a lace leaf like Sweet Lorraine. But Sweet Lorraine, I remember years ago going through his Rising Stars and bringing Talon. Matt and I brought Talon to a tree that looked like Sweet Lorraine, and we begged him for the tree, and we said, if you don't sell us this tree, please introduce it. Now, I don't know for a fact that became Sweet Lorraine. I've never asked him.
Certainly influenced his direction on it, though.
But later on, he introduced Sweet Lorraine into the trade, which is that similar style. You get that pink-red color on a weeping reticulated Japanese maple that we've never had before. I mean, we had, some sort of pink blushes on Felis. We've got filigree that just has that really nice green reticulation. Here we've got that pink-red color and that nice weeping habit.
All right, coming in here at number 17, we've got the OG Peaches and Cream. Absolutely beautiful selection from Australia. Guys, this one has a ton of colors. It actually has a peach stage and a cream stage. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, not to be confused with white peaches. Peaches and Cream, the original one, has a little more upright habit. And you get a peach reticulation when it's leafing out in the spring. And then cream on the interior, which is nice. And then it goes to that cream color with green veining. Now, a neat thing about Peaches and Cream, too, is it has a nice clear yellow fall color. selection by AJT's at Yamina Rare Plant Nursery, and it is one of those trees from Australia. I mean, just a really cool tree all the way around.
Yeah, I have a nice size one of these in my parents' garden. It's one Dad's been growing for forever. If you can push it with the sunlight on this one, you get some really extreme colors. Like, I definitely recommend going kind of as much sunlight as this one can handle without burning your area. You know, typically a lot of these are early morning sun, late day shade, but really push it with the sunlight on this one. I think it makes it even more electric.
Coming at number 16, we've got Acer palmatum, Shigi no Hoshi.
Now, this is a Japanese selection by our friends at Tsukasa Maple. Very unique plant, very small, compact one, typically only 5 to 6 feet tall, making it one of the smallest one on this list. Creamy variegation, going to a golden yellow in the fall.
And I really like this one because of its small stature. I think that makes it more usable. I think it makes it a great container plant. I think that clear yellow fall color is really nice on Shigi no Hoshi as well. It has that super serrated leaf as well, so a little more serrations on the leaf itself. To me, this is a rock star, and I think this one, I think the more people see it, the more they're going to love it because that smaller stature is so easy to use. I remember seeing the original one when Yutaka Tanaka was taking us around his nursery at Tsukasa Maple, and it was just so cool to see the original Shigi no Hoshi. I mean, still small and compact.
Now, this next one is a perfect pairing with it. We had to be thinking of the two together. We've got Amagi Shiguri, also from Japan, also smaller and more compact, typically around 6 foot, even in 10 years, making it much smaller. This one gets some incredible lavender shades in it. Big leaf to it, though. Large leaf, heavily divided large leaf really sets this one apart. Putting this one in sun or shade can change the colors a lot, too. You can really get some funky colors of this one in a more shaded condition.
Now, if you go check out our cultivar highlight on Amagi Shiguri, we go through and actually go over some paperwork that the guy who introduced Amagi Shiguri in Japan sent to Talon Buchholz, and then later Talon sent it to us. So you can go check that out. It's really cool. It's one of our older videos. But Amagi Shiguri is just give you some metallic-y colors you can't get on many Japanese maples. And it's fun to put that tree in a container, give it more sunlight, get it more lavender, then put it in more shade and get some of those metallic colors that are really fun.
All right, guys, coming here at number 14, we got the Nebula. Now, Nebula is one of those new ghosts from Talon Buchholz, and I absolutely love this one. Structurally, it's a great plant. It's a great grower. It gets out there. It fills out. Typically over a foot of growth a year, which is great from a production standpoint. But from a color standpoint, man, this one really lights it up.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it is outrageous in its colors, and it's always changing. It's always changing. It's always interesting out there in the garden. It has a good, strong, upright habit and some dynamic, bright red fall color.
Yeah, absolutely a great plant, underutilized. One that's going to be a staple for us for a long time. We grow a ton of Nebula.
Talking about a staple, coming in at number 13, we got a real big staple. We're talking about Purple Ghost.
Probably the best seller on this whole list. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. Probably the number one sales item on this entire list. Always popular. Purple Ghost from Talon Buchholz. The original one there is at Buchholz Farm still. It's a massive tree from 1993, and it's absolutely a showstopper, whether it's in spring, summer, or fall. Really lights it up with a beautiful shade of red in the fall. Now, this one can change a little bit from year to year. You know, some people look at it and they go, I've never seen it be that purple. Then some years they say it looks more red. Then some years it looks incredibly purple. So it can change a little bit depending on the winter, I think, and the spring leaf out. I've had years where this thing was as purple can be.
I mean, we've had one leaf out lavender purple, and we've had the same tree the following year leaf out fuchsia purple. So, I mean, it's crazy how dynamically different the color can be on the same tree itself. And that reticulation is amazing in the spring. It's one of those trees that can give you some fuchsia red fall colors as well. I remember taking a selfie with Talon in front of the original Purple Ghost. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm taking a selfie in front of the original Purple Ghost with Talon Buchholz. What do you think I'm doing?
This was probably like circa 2012. We were just geeks out there begging for a photo.
So Purple Ghost, an amazing, beautiful tree. I like it because it gives you some of the feel of a classic red upright, but you get some dynamic color in there as well. I mean, colors that can just be lavender to that fuchsia purple.
All right, guys, coming here at number 12, we got a new one on the list. This one's from New Zealand. Highly sought after. I've been selling out of this one a bit on Mr. Maple. We got the Earthfire.
Earthfire has that Matsumuri style leaf. It's not a lace leaf, but it's short and wide, so it gives almost a toadstool-like appearance, boasts some strong reticulated variegation.
Yeah, this one is unique. It's got a shape like Kiyohime. It's got a color to it like Purple Ghost. It's got a lace leaf habit to it. I mean, it's not a lace leaf, but it's so heavily matsumuried, it's almost a lace leaf. Very unique tree. I've got a nice size one in my landscape. I absolutely love it. I mean, it is a showstopper. Bold reds in the fall. Holds the color really well into the summer. Just can't say enough nice things about it. Now, that toadstool-like shape looks great in a container planter. So you can put this in a big patio planter and get a complete garden going on with this structurally.
I mean, I don't know this for sure, but if I had to guess, I would think it was probably a seedling from Amagia shiguri. The way it's got that sort of purple, metallic-y kind of look to it, and it's short. I mean, Amagia shiguri is one of the smaller growing reticulated styles already. It's not a stretch to get just a little bit smaller. An amazing, awesome, really cool selection that I think is just a game changer for that small garden.
All right, guys, coming here at number 11, we got Frosted Purple. That's another Talon Buchholz introduction. Such a showstopper. This one, it's got the lighter shades, so it's got a lot of frostedness going on within it. Think about Purple Ghost, but with a whole creamy aspect to it.
Yeah, I mean, you get that creamy color, but you also get that sort of green veining that you get on Olson's Frosted Strawberry, but more lavender. Where Olson's Frosted Strawberry, you get more of that pink-purple color. This is more of a lavender purple. There's times when that tree just glows with Frosted Purple. I mean, it's got a good upright habit. To me, this is strikingly different than many of the other Ghost series and reticulated styles. It's really beautiful.
All right, we're all the way down to the top 10, guys, of the variegated reticulated forms. Let's kick it off with Martha Ghost. Martha.
You can make another Batman reference.
Martha.
My mom was named Martha, too.
I shouldn't murder you now. I've spent the entire time getting ready to murder you, Superman. But now, since you like Martha, I'll save you.
Batman's mother died, who was Martha. So Martha Ghost could also be a reference to that.
Talon's actually a huge Batman fan.
Huge Batman fan. No, Martha was his propagator, and he quit producing it, not because of the Batman BS. I don't even think he knows that, but because the propagator quit working for him.
He just named one out there Green Lantern, too.
I know, right?
Martha Ghost, super cool plant. Got lost to the trade. We actually went and tracked down a wholesale person, purchased them from Talon Buchholz in the early 90s. Got this back in the trade. I saw it in Peter Gregory's library and sent a picture to Tim from overseas. Literally in Peter Gregory's library in the UK. I looked at it and it said, in one of the Maple Society quarterlies, the original Ghost series by Talon Buchholz consists of Purple Ghost, First Ghost, and Martha Ghost. And we went, what the heck is Martha Ghost? That one didn't happen. How do we get our hands on this? And so we're kind of crazy. Tim and I kind of spent time tracking this one back down. And we're glad to get it back in the trade. It's starting to get out there in some numbers, so a lot of people can complete that Ghost series.
Yeah, a little slow growing, awesome member of the Ghost series. And speaking about Ghost series, coming at number 9, we got Acer palmatum Amber Ghost.
Yeah, probably the best. I could put it higher on this list. We've talked about it a lot, so it's probably like fatigue is why it's all the way down 9. This is my favorite of the Ghost series, so I fought Tim that it's the highest rated on the Ghost series. I love the amber glow it gets. I love that amber shade in spring. I think it's so next level on the color. I think it has the best structure of any of the Ghost series, and I think it has the best fall colors. Great fall colors. Bold reds, really shows out. I have one of these right next to my porch as well, so I can kind of enjoy it. For me, hard to beat Amber Ghost.
Now, any of these reticulated styles hold their definition of that reticulation, that variegation, best with morning sun protection from the hot afternoon sun. Amber Ghost can actually handle more sun than many of these other reticulated styles and still be vigorous and beautiful out there in the landscape. It might not have a strong reticulated variegation, but it'll still make a beautiful tree out there with some great spring colors in that reticulated style. Guys, coming at number 8, Matt mentioned it earlier, I've got Green Lantern. I'm super excited about this one at the Buchholz farm. It's a lime green, very strong lime green reticulated, variegated with cream. I mean, we put it beside filigree, and it's more dynamic, and the contrast is so much more. It's so striking to me.
I never would have named it Green Lantern if I knew it had anything to do with that Justice League BS. all right, now we're huge old school. I grew up on Super Friends, so I'm a huge comic book fan. I could name you all the Green Lanterns. That's how nutty I am. I could probably get like 15 deep into the Green Lanterns with you right now. I love Green Lantern. It's a great plant. Kind of has a glowing aspect to it. we compared this one to filigree because it certainly has that flaking and that lace leaf-like quality to it. The colors, though, oh my gosh, like they just literally lit it up. Like it beat it in every single season. And it just seems so superior. It almost has more of a flaking to it. It almost has more of what you like about Grandma Ghost, like a little bit more of that intense border to it and a little bit more darker on the green.
Yeah, I mean, it's super intense, and we've been comparing it against filigree. And if you see the two, I like filigree. I love filigree. You know, we mentioned it and how much we liked it. It's one of the, filigree was one of the first 20 Japanese maples we had here at Mr. Maple. My dad was graphing that one early. But I think Green Lantern will put it to shame.
Yeah, it's going to be coming, guys. You'll see it here first on Mr. Maple. I can't give you the Green Lantern's decree. I can't do that one. But
Darkest Day and Darkest Night.
Yeah,
brightest day and darkest night.
But this one kind of glows. It's got that lantern effect to it. All right, guys, coming here at number 7, we've got another one by Esfeld Plantinium. This one gets some funky oranges in it. Absolutely love the weird color patterns of Acer Palmatum Nathan.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan, like you talked about, gets almost like a coral orange color to it with some good, strong reticulation, that coral pink.
I mean, this one's a tropical sunset, right? I mean, it is a tropical sunset of colors.
It's orange sort of towards the interior part of the leaf, pink on the exterior part of the leaf with green veining. I mean, it is outrageous on its colors. And it's one that hopefully we'll be producing a lot more here at Mr. Maple really soon.
Heavily divided leaf. Just love it. Dark green veins. And again, it looks like a tropical sunset. Like you've got yellows, oranges, and pinks all in there at the same time. It kind of gives it an orangey glow to it, but I absolutely love this plant.
Now, I talked about how one might have been one of my favorite purple reticulated Japanese maples. Let me take that back, because at number 6, we've got Waveleaf. I forget how awesome some of these are when you start going on the list. Waveleaf is like a purple ghost, but with a shiny, glossy leaf.
It's hard to catch this on pictures. Like, it's really hard to show what Waveleaf is. It really has a glossy sheen to it. If you've grown Moonshadow, that's another one that kind of has a glossy sheen to it. Waveleaf gets a sheen to it.
I mean, it is very attractive. When you walk up to look at it because it looks so refined. And that's what's so attractive about Waveleaf.
I actually catcall it sometimes when I see it. It's so attractive. It's hard for me not to.
It's got a good upright habit. Talon wasn't going to introduce this. He had it as a seedling in a container. He wasn't even really evaluating. He was going to sell it off. And so many people started begging for it that he said, maybe I should take a second look at that. And we started looking at it. He was like, yeah, that's
Talon's really a capitalist. He always says, let the market decide. And when everybody started saying, I want this one, he said, hold up.
Hold up.
Yeah, he was an 8 dog. Hold up. He went and grabbed that one. It immediately went from the sales pile back to the you can't get it pile, just dream about it pile, until he got it into heavy production. And then we were actually able to get it, kind of help it make it popular. Waveleaf, though, man, so next level of a plant. I absolutely love this one. Dark foliage, glossy sheen, bold red fall color, great structure. Just the perfect reticulated maple for me.
All right, guys. Coming at number 5, we've got Acer Palmatum. We made it all the way down from 50 down to number 5 on the top 50 reticulated Japanese maples. At number 5, we've got Acer Palmatum, Strawberry Spring.
Yeah, Gamer Lowe said this may be Talon's best, along with another one. That's high praise if you're already a guy on that level. Strawberry Spring, we've got a full breakdown on our channel, so go watch. We go show you a full-size specimen of Strawberry Spring. Love this one's colors. It is so pink. It's so next level. Creaminess going on, crazy pink shades. I remember when I first got this from Talon, I was just in full freak-out mode. I mean, I was fanboying over this completely. Love the colors of this one. It's got a little bit more red to it and like a picked-up pink red color. The inner part of the leaf is normally a little bit more creamy. Then that green vein kind of divides it all out. Tends to be very multi-stem to 6 foot. So it's not uncommon for a 6 foot tall tree to be 5 foot wide. So it's kind of dense and full.
Yeah, the colors on this can be a baby pink, which are outrageous in the early spring. And after that baby pink, you get almost like a creamy pink. And then good, strong reticulation. When we shot this at the Buckholz farm, it was at that slightly later stage. It wasn't at the pure pink stage. It is a next level. It's a new color ghost type. And that's why it's so high on our list, because it's a new color for Japanese maples, especially reticulated styles. I mean, that pink color is outrageous. You don't get it on many trees, and you don't get it on many reticulated styles.
All right, coming in here at number 4, this one may be cheating. We talked about not putting this on the list. It could easily be number 1 on everybody's list. It's coming. It's coming. We've got the only reticulated Acer japonicum I know of. We got the Maiku Nishiki.
And we talked about this for a little bit, and I think that we came to the consensus that this is really on that reticulated style.
I don't see how it couldn't be.
It's not ukigumo. It's not like a sand dusting. It appears to be like a very reticulated style. And now, it may be its own thing, to be fair, but it is very close to this reticulated style, so we're putting it here on this list. This is a leaf like a Meiku Jaku. And I say Meiku Jaku, I say it the way they used to spell it, M-A-I-K-U Jaku. The correct way is M-A-I space Kujaku, which means dancing peacock. This is spelled the old way, Meiku together, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, and Nishiki, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Forget the name. This tree is outrageous. I mean, it is pure white, and it's one of the reasons Matt and I decided to buy the Buckholz farm.
Right. You won't have to buy the entire Buckholz nursery to get this one.
To get this. We walked around, we were visiting Talon, and he had already talked about possibly selling us the nursery. Like,
I think this was a sales tactic. I think he was big time.
He's like, I may have a liner somewhere around the nursery. And Matt and I looked at each other, our eyes lit up, because we didn't even know if we were going to actually be able to purchase Buckholz nursery or not.
He's like, I'll give you one. Let me find it here.
And he walked around and couldn't find it. Kept looking around. Got Seth to go and figure out which greenhouse was supposed to be in, couldn't find it. And then, since we couldn't find it,
Turns out there was only one.
Turns out it was only one there at the nursery. We had to get the 10-gallon, and to get that 10-gallon, we had to buy Buckholz nursery.
Yeah, so we'll make this one available. It's coming. It is reticulated. It's so next level. It's the only reticulated, japonicum. Absolutely next level. Everything you love about Maiku Jaku with a ghostly variegation.
I mean, you get that dancing peacock leaf, and it's white. And go check out our top 5 most outrageous plants at Buckholz. It's in there. We just shot 2 of those. It's in the first one because it is outrageous. It is really cool and really spectacular.
All right, coming in here at number 3, we've got one that we didn't even know about for a full year after we purchased Buckholz Nursery. We're going back out there. I mean, we're celebrating a year of ownership. Close to. I mean, we were probably within a few months of being a year owners. And Talon named this one yesterday before you got here. It's Ghost Cascade. So this is a kind of a Jiro Shidari shaped Ghost series plant. This is going to have that reticulation, almost like a grandma ghost, but the shape like a Jiro Shidari.
I know. There's trees there that, Matt and I were walking around, and Matt's like, I'm going to name this one Daddy's Girl after one of his daughters. And I was like, that's cool. And he keeps seeing Matt and I go around and name trees that he'd been evaluating. Green Lantern. And so he's like, this one's mine, y'all. And he put that Ghost Cascade name on it literally the day before we got there.
I was like, how have I owned this for almost a year and I've never seen this plant? It's in a 10-gallon. There's very few trees. I mean, Tim and I, we see trees every single day. We talk about trees every single day. We talk about trees off camera every single day. It's very rare that I see a tree that just takes me to my knees in shock and awe. And Maiku Nishiki and Ghost Cascade both did that for me. Both those were holy crap moments where it's like, is this even possible?
Yeah, and so just some next level trees that I'm super excited about. Ghost Cascade, early on in the production, but guys, we're working hard to get that tree up in numbers. And it's not a Makawa type, so we'll have it in numbers quicker than you realize.
All right, coming in here at number 2, we've got one. Talon said it may be his best. I mentioned Guy Merlot. Guy Merlot said this may be his best as well. And the guy's got over 100 selections. That's saying something. We've got Acer Palmatum Celebration.
Celebration. That one is awesome. I mean, the pink, red, purple, red color that Celebration is unreal. It's otherworldly. You see that color, and it's a color that's a crayon, but it's not something you've ever seen on a Japanese maple.
Wow, this one's wild. It is a neon pink. It's like Barbie pink. It's hard to describe it. It's a brilliant pink, guys. It's so next level in the garden. Typically at around 6 to 8 foot in 10 years. Perfect structure to it. Nice upright tree. Structure like Amber Ghost, but smaller overall tree. It's really just the perfect plant. I love this one in the summer. You kind of get that greener, older growth, but then you get these flashes of neon pink going on over top of that. It is it's a statement in the landscape. It is a flashy statement. Not for the faint of heart. If you don't like variegation, you may have to divert your eyes from this one. It is so next level.
Yeah, I mean, it has just got some outrageous colors on it that are really nice. And to me, one of my favorite Talon Bull Colts introductions. It's hard to beat it. And the more I grow it, the more I'm falling in love with the selection. Good upright habit. And give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun, especially in hotter climates. But that color, man, that is some of the most beautiful colors I've ever seen on a tree.
All right, coming in here at number 1. Guys, let us know in the comment section your top 5 favorite reticulated Japanese maples. Many of you have guessed it. I tell you every single time I talk about trees that this one's my favorite. So, of course, I argued for this one to be at the top. I didn't find this tree, but I did name it. We got Acer palmatum Firefly.
Firefly is a upright reticulated style that's ever changing in its beauty. I mean, if you go to the Mr. Maple Friends group on Facebook, join it, search in there for Firefly, you will constantly find tons of photos from people of Firefly all throughout the seasons.
This one will smack you right in the face with color. It just keeps changing. I mean, you look at it one week, I tell everybody to go take pictures of it. Shout out to Chris Adelet. I'm looking at the painting he gave me. It's a photography, it's not painting, but he took this photograph and had it enlarged because he knows Firefly is my favorite reticulated Japanese maple. Guys, it changes every single week. So if you take a look at this one in April, you take a look at it mid-April, you take a look at it in late April, take a look at it in May, it's going to look different every single moment. You get sometimes almost more of an apricot, sometimes more of a yellowish eye with a purple border. It just keeps kind of malting. Now, we introduced this one in reverse. A friend of ours sent it to us, and he said, hey, guys, here's some Moonfire. And we go, that ain't no Moonfire I ever saw. I don't know what I got here, but I'm telling you, this ain't Moonfire. I like Moonfire.
And we thought it was mislabeled, so we started comparing it against everything.
All due respect to Moonfire, it can't hold a candle to Firefly, right? I mean, I like Moonfire. Nothing wrong with Moonfire, but that ain't a Moonfire, sir. And, just absolutely knocked our socks off. We evaluated this for about 5 years. We kind of reverse engineered it. We compared it to everything out there, and we just kept saying, I like it better than that. We kept saying, well, let's look at it next to Akashigatatsu Sawa. Well, it ain't that. I like it better than that. Let's look at it next to this Ghost Series. Well, it ain't that. I like it better than that. So we just kept going on and on. Late summer growths can be so kind of bright red with a kind of creamy eye to it. Great red fall color, and it grows more narrow. A 6 to 8 foot tall tree of this, only about 4 foot wide. So it's a little bit more narrow in its approach. I can't say enough good things about Firefly. So we ended up kind of introducing it in reverse. Not one we ever planned on introducing, one that kind of fell in our lap. But now the original producer goes, oh, well, I didn't know there was not a Moonfire out there. Let's stick with Firefly. I love it. If you could put a name on it for me, we'll go with it. And Firefly it is.
I mean, the purple colors this tree can have in the early spring with the strong green veining and creamy interior, it is sharp. It is dynamic. It's a tree that's going to draw you in and quickly become one of your favorite Japanese maples as well. To me, love what Firefly can do. It's got a good, strong upright habit. It's been pretty durable for us. Y'all, this is one of the most colorful trees I've ever seen, and I can't wait to be growing more and more of this tree because it's a tree that everyone needs to have in their garden.
I hope you enjoyed this. We get fired up about reticulated forms. They're really fun at springtime. There's some of the ones that catch the eye and really just, I wait for them all year. Like in the December, I go through withdrawal. I need my reticulated Japanese maples. I start dreaming and thinking about these things all winter. And just, I can't wait for that first of spring to kind of see these things get out in their spring colors and just kind of electrify the garden. Absolutely love it. Again, at some point I'm going to have enough land. I'm going to plant every single one of these ones on this list in my enchanted garden of ghosts. And you're going to get to see all the different reticulated forms in one place. It's coming.
Y'all, thanks for jumping in today's podcast. Again, if you hadn't went and saw that top 50 podcast from last week, go check it out. The top 50 through number 26. And today we hit all the way from 25 through number 1 on your reticulated top awesome, really cool Japanese maple.
Guys, if you appreciate this kind of thing, if you like this kind of content we put out for free every single week, you can support us by shopping on MrMaple.com. A lot of these trees will be on there currently. If you see something that's not currently on there, you can always sign up to get notified via email when it's back in stock on MrMaple.com. We do put out new trees every Tuesday and Thursday. Those are the 10 at 10 on 10 a.m. The email for that is always the first notification. So a lot of these come back in sets. If you're waiting on something like Meiku Nishiki, that's going to be coming to a 10 at 10 first.
Y'all, take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.